What's the thing where you ascend into a different plane of existence?
Ascension.
No, like an ascension battle, where you both suddenly just, and then only one returns back to the body.
Oh, that thing where like you fight on another plane of existence.
The spectral plane or something like that. Like what they did in Doctor Strange.
I think so. Wait, isn't that where Cthulhu lives and his mates?
The spectral his buddies, his drinking chums. I'm gonna
because I know he's not technically at the bottom of the ocean. There's a big portal at the bottom of the ocean.
This is why we have the internet.
What are you gonna type in Cthulhu home?
Take a left in 400 meters.
Man, the first person that figures out how to do eldritch beings in horror might, like, I don't know, win all the Oscars. Because that's such a hard concept to get across. Because, you know, eldritch horror is just supposed to be left up to your imagination. And as soon as, like, you give it, like, a physical form, I think it takes away a lot of that scariness.
Okay, well, I'm the worst person to talk about with this stuff, because the moment anything is vaguely supernatural, I'm horrified.
Do you know nothing about eldritch horrors?
No, nothing. I hate horror.
Very
Just
interesting.
across the board. Wait, who made Cthulhu? Who was it again? It was
I don't think he made it, but I think he popularized it. Lovecraft. Something.
Lovecraft,
P.H.
yeah.
Lovecraft?
Yeah, the
Something
racist
Lovecraft,
one.
The racist one. Yeah, the one that named that cat. His cat. when
N-word.
they're in Paris. His cat was in Paris, basically.
So wait, what? I don't even know how to say that. R'lyeh is a sunken city in the South Pacific and the prison of the what? It's the prison of Cthulhu. The location of R'lyeh given by Lovecraft.
Look at what people also ask.
Does the Bible talk about Cthulhu? dude, did I ever tell you what happened on in my first year of uni?
Mm-hmm.
I was still in engineering, and one of my electives was to take archaeology, because I was like, oh, it's a bit more on the social sciences side, could be a bit interesting. And this is the first semester that we're having archaeology, right? Which, as you know, most people know, it is the study of bones and human history. Well, it's not really like paleontology, but we did a lot of stuff just in that one course, because it's an introductory one. Same with like your first geology course, you do like 5 different natural sciences, just because it's meant to show you everything there can be. But in this archaeology course, we're sitting down genuinely like 5 minutes into the first lecture of this semester, and a person in the front, like their hand shoots up, and our lecturer goes, oh yeah, hey, sorry, do you have a question? Like, what's your name? What's your question? The person gives their name, and it's like, okay, and so how do we use archaeology to prove the truth of the Bible? And the lecturer had to take a pause and be like, look, that would be more, handled it very well. It was like, that's more theology, not quite archaeology. And then genuinely 2 minutes later, there's this woman at the front, she asks, okay, so how do we get involved with like mermaids? And how do we study the history of mermaids? At which point I was like, surely they're taking the piss.
Like my girlfriend.
It's just like, you know, this is the sciences. And I don't know how you, as at that time, they would have been at the very least 18 or 19. You're like, the Bible question, I'm like, okay, fine. There are very religious people. If you're a creationist, you know, do you. But the mermaid one really throws me, because if this was all genuine and she wasn't taking the piss, it means
Are you
not
sure
only
this wasn't like one of like the Rez's initiation?
Ooh, could it? But here's the thing, right? If she was not taking the piss, if she was 100% serious, then not only is she a creationist potentially who strongly believes in the Bible, she somehow also believes in the existence of mermaids and like fantastical creatures.
Does the Bible mention mermaids?
It's weird, because actually they're in the prison cell right next to Cthulhu.
They're guarding the prison.
Oh, that makes sense. Dude,
I really thought this was going to go like a boner joke. Like somebody was going to be like, haha, archaeology, boner.
Oh, babe, I like every bone in your body, especially mine.
boner. I barely know her.
Anyways, we aren't talking about boners or archaeology or anything
No,
like that
maybe
today.
check the hub for that podcast.
That would be so
We should
funny.
actually upload
Dude,
some of this on the hub.
Okay, but dude, we're just nude. Like,
No. There's a guy that teaches math on the hub.
But is he nude?
No.
Why?
Yeah.
Do some people treat it just like a video sharing website? That's so funny.
There are people who upload like gaming clips to it.
Surely they have to be naked or
No,
something.
they're not. No one's naked. Not everything has to be naked on the hub.
It is literally
No.
a pornographic
It
website.
is a video sharing website.
Okay, hold on.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Answer me this. Am I wrong?
Is it kind of like Kick, where Kick was?
Oh my god! I don't know if you know the YouTuber Jay Aubrey.
That sounds so familiar.
He does these really long like essay videos,
Mm-hmm.
but he recently did one on Kick and like went through I think 5 of the 6 like worst Kick streamers.
Okay.
Fuck the shit they get away with on that site, man.
No,
That's
for sure.
insane.
So that's what I want to ask. Do you think so Kick is to Twitch, and Twitch isn't great, mind you, but is Kick to Twitch what the hub is to YouTube? Oh no. Or the hub is to Vimeo.
Is Vimeo so a thing?
It is. Oh, maybe Daily Motion. What's
Oh fuck! Daily Motion. That's where you could find like any TV series or movie. Just like
it's a
uploaded.
beautiful place, truly.
I
But
don't
no,
think it exists. Can't exist.
Once again, not what we're talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
today.
What are we talking about?
Do you want me to give it, or do you want to give it?
I'm lost.
Um,
Get me back on track, Leon.
The wine and the chuckles have been really sending you in different places.
Sugar and alcohol, man.
So what are we talking about today? Today we, I don't know, what was it? 4 days ago we had the Sony State of Play.
State of Play.
State of Play, not the
State of the Nation.
and also not the like direct or anything. The State of Play, as far as I know, is to give some of the major stuff, but also a lot of the smaller stuff. It's not meant to be the big showcase. We had that recently where we saw a bunch of games. So that's going to be the main thing we're going to look at. But we're also going to talk a bit about like clones of games and how everything kind of starts looking the same in the gaming landscape nowadays. But without further ado, Hushaf, where do you want to start? What stood out to you? What State of Play stuff did you enjoy?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
For real?
Yeah, really. Like, I believe like when you put on a thing like a direct, so State of Play, there should be something in that catalog that's gonna make people be like, I need to buy the console or a PC or whatever to play this. And I really didn't get the sense from anything that I was like, I really need a PlayStation 5 from what was presented to me.
Okay, so I see what you mean. I wasn't like, there was nothing I saw that definitely made me want to buy a PlayStation 5 for sure. But I also, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, surely half of these will be coming to PC anyways.
Yeah, most of them would, but I felt like, there was going to be something at the end, like...
Oh, wait. So, hold on. The most PlayStation of the... Oh, let's hold hands.
Don't hold.
The most PlayStation thing of the PlayStation stuff there is the Astro Boy.
Yes.
So, I need to double check my exact info here, but basically, on PlayStation 4 so in 2013 on the PlayStation 4 we got the Playroom, and that was PlayStation's almost tech showcase with the DualShock 4 controller, of where like the different haptics and what's that thing called where something moves and it detects which side, like where it's rotating.
Not gyro.
Oh yeah, something like that, like that gyro technology or gyro technology. It was a cool concept where they had a little mascot, and like if you moved the controller a certain way, you could see inside, and then everything would move, and the different microphones and whatever. So that was the Playroom. Then on the PS5, was it 2020? We got
Did the PS5 come out in COVID?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 2020, you had... Wait, was this? Yeah, this was 2020. You had Astro's Playroom, which was like an expanded version, where in the original, you had like fairly limited stuff you could do. Astro's Playroom, you had like almost a fully realized platforming game. It was super fun. Once again, a bit of a tech demo for the
Mhm.
PS5, but very solid. Now, as part of the state of play, they announced Astro Bot, which looks amazing.
Right.
It is we can kind of have the trailer playing here. I'm just gonna keep it on mute though, but it is phenomenal. Like they show how beautiful the environments are. They show like all the different cool things you can do with the controllers. Like I think one of the coolest parts I saw was where the controller is essentially like a what are the plane things that they have in Star Wars called?
Starfighters.
Yeah,
I mean,
almost
X-wings,
X-wings and stuff. Almost looks like an
TIE
X-wing, and you
fighters.
like when you rotate your controller, it like you use that to avoid things in the environment. So that's really cool. I think the mascot is a bit generic. He doesn't look like much, but they use a lot of the PlayStation IPs in it as well. Like there's nods towards what's Kratos? No, it's not Kratos.
God of War.
God of War. There's nods towards Journey. There's a lot of like stuff that they
Never
can
played
pull
Journey.
on.
Did you ever play Journey?
I played it like 4 times back to back to back to back.
Really?
It's super super cool. And so back to Astro Boy. No, is it Astro Boy? Yeah, Astro Bot. Sorry, it's a full beautiful 3D platformer making use of like all the PlayStation 5's tech. And it's because it's it's in-house dev, so obviously they try to showcase as much as they can. And you have different like tiers of bosses. You have obviously your normal grunts, and then you have environmental challenges and puzzles and lots of different mechanics you can use, like we're just watching now.
It gives off big early Ratchet and Clank, Banjo and Kazooie,
for sure.
ukulele.
A lot of different powers, like ones where you can absorb water or stop time, like environmental puzzles. Very, very cute.
This is very Nintendo of them now, if you think about it.
But it's potentially because they now have enough things under their belt and are trying to build their own first-party kind of brand that they're doing this. Once again, we are holding hands out here. And then they have like massive bosses that are giving very strong Shadow of the Colossus kind of vibes. Or no, maybe more Nintendo is a better comparison. Obviously, it's very like geared towards younger players.
Yeah.
Very child friendly, but looks amazing. And I've listened to a podcast or two, especially what are they called? Sony PlayStation. There's a podcast dedicated to pretty much everything PlayStation, and they spent a good 15 minutes frothing about this game. But so in terms of what would make you want to buy a PlayStation? Does this make me want to buy one? No. But is it insanely cool? And like, it's something that makes me more inclined to buy it. Maybe not fully, but definitely a bit.
I do enjoy that they are experimenting.
Yeah, for sure. And, this is...
Because maybe that kind of leans itself to what we're going to talk about later. And the gaming environment maybe going a bit stale.
Yeah, and the comments on the YouTube do seem to be relatively positive. So
I like there was one that says a game that feels like a video game.
Because every other Sony like big title, it feels like a movie.
Yeah, with
Right.
gameplay in between.
Yeah, exactly. It's all cutscenes. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing from the
That's
state
what I
of
always
play.
respected about Nintendo. They didn't join this arms race to make things look as ultra realistic as they can.
Yeah.
If it goes on gameplay.
So do you know? It reminds me a lot of Pixar. So do you know in Pixar movies how everything looks gorgeous? But especially the best examples could be something like Toy Story, where its shape can be kind of like stylized, but like the materials and every part that goes into it are incredibly realistically rendered. The least realistic looking things are the characters themselves. You can also see it a bit in like...
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the characters themselves?
So, I wish I could... a more extreme example would be like Ghibli films or Ghibli films, whichever. Is like, if you look at the backgrounds of Ghibli films, they are incredibly beautifully rendered. Like, they are so detailed, but they tend to also be relatively static. Whereas the characters are way more stylized and way more simple, but they also have
Mm.
way more like life to them. So the Pixar look is how like everything is almost photorealistic to a sense, but then the characters are way more animated and maybe
Okay,
a
I
bit
got
more
you. I'm
simple.
following. I'm picking up what you're putting.
Yeah. So for me, Nintendo, sorry, that's like 3 steps away, but Nintendo, they have this lighting and the environments tend to look like they're rendered incredibly, like just amazingly well. Like the most
Pokemon
recent,
not including.
my God, yeah, but for well,
For your Marios, your
yeah,
Zeldas.
yeah, and then the characters themselves tend to have like maybe a bit less detail, but gives them the freedom to like be more expressive.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm talking out my ass. I'm talking like as I'm speaking, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry, I just got distracted because I saw Venom: The Last Dance official trailers.
Oh shit! This is why we can't have YouTube open because you get so distracted. That being said, what you are looking at is Concord. So that is another thing that we saw instead of play. It is another, very stressing that word there. It is another 5v5 hero shooter coming out, and it's a lot of people have been like, oh, it's kind of got like a space age Guardians of the Galaxy kind of flair to it. What can you tell? Can you tell me anything about Concord?
Nothing I know. Just that a lot of publishers, I think, are smelling blood in the water with Overwatch losing their grip on the 5v5 format.
Yeah. So, I've been seeing. I did a bit of research when it comes to the like 5v5 kind of format, and the kings of it at the moment are.
Don't tell me Valorant. It's not.
No.
It's Overwatch.
It's CS:GO and it's
No.
Overwatch.
It's Overwatch.
Do you rate Overwatch is more popular than
Yeah.
CS:GO?
Is CSGO free?
Yes. Maybe.
Oh, wait, no, but Overwatch 2 is free now.
Is Overwatch 2 free as well? And
Yeah.
then you pay for what?
Skins.
Skins. Okay, the epic way.
But the first Overwatch you had to pay for, I remember.
But so, like going onto Reddit forums. Okay, so CS:GO is.
I would
free
say
to
then
play.
maybe CSGO might edge it to us, but no, actually no. I would give it to Overwatch. No, I retract what I was thinking.
Okay, regardless, so Concord is another 5v5. You got a lot of cool looking heroes. Like we do see a bit of gameplay. Nothing that like sets it apart an insane amount. Like maybe in the variety, like some of them look a bit more on the fantasy side, some look a bit more on the space agey kind of side, some look more on the like cyberpunky kind of side. So in terms of variety, it's quite cool.
Yeah, I would say unlike what's the Marvel one called?
Marvel Rivals.
Unlike like Marvel Rivals, at least I can say this doesn't look like an Overwatch reskin.
I think that's where most like reviewers or most people that saw this would disagree with you.
Really?
Because a lot of people are saying like it does just look like an Overwatch reskin. Same as Marvel. Same as Marvel Rivals.
I would say Marvel Rivals is more of a reskin than what I saw from this.
Oh, okay. So let's actually just talk about like what they do differently compared to Overwatch. So Marvel Rivals, obviously they have the Marvel IP. So I think the devs there are hoping that, or like let's not say the devs, the
Publishers?
the publishers or the execs are hoping that the pull is for people that love Marvel.
Yeah.
And
people who are looking to try new things as
Yeah.
Overwatch falls off.
Yeah, so I think the game plan there is just to they want their slice of the pie to be gotten from people that are Marvel fans. Concord obviously doesn't have that backing them. Yes,
No.
it looks a bit cool, whatever, but it's not.
Do we know if it's going to be free to play?
It is going to be free to play as far as I'm aware.
Oh, that's a
But
step in the right direction.
Here's the hook, right? What they plan on doing is every week after release, they plan on releasing like cinematics and story-based things to add lore to the world. And it's going to happen. So every time you log in for the first time during a week, you will get more of a lore drop on it.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool, and I think that's their like gimmick, I guess.
I mean, Overwatch also kind of did that, but they did it like much
months apart.
Yeah.
But they also were like top of their game for their time.
Yeah.
So here, this Concord is just trying to like get in on that action as opposed to like being in a marketplace that has space for it. It's not making its own pie. It's trying to cut off other people's pie.
But again, do we know is it just going to be PS5 exclusive? Because that's going to be incredibly limiting to it.
Let's see. I'm not hundreds on whether it will be or not. Maybe it says down here.
PS5 and PC.
Okay, there we go. So it'll be on PS5 and on
Okay.
PC.
I mean,
Obviously
they're
not
hitting the right
Xbox.
notes. Free to play. Having it open for PC. I assume it's going to be cross-play.
But here's the thing. Okay, what I actually wanted to talk about here, and what we talked about a bit before we started recording, was every major publisher is trying to get a piece of that pie.
Yes.
Overwatch 2 is slowly but surely limping into nothingness. People do not enjoy it.
Yeah, we could have like an entire episode dedicated to how they destroyed themselves, made promises, didn't deliver.
Can you just give a brief overview on that? Because
I
don't know too much.
There was going to be they promised for Overwatch 2. Firstly, they said if you bought Overwatch, you would get Overwatch 2 for free. Yes, that is the truth in the fact that Overwatch 2 is free for everyone. So, there's that. Next, they promised that there was going to be kind of like a story mode type thing, and you'd be able to play through different characters, through the story. Never happened. They promised more maps, different maps. 2 maps so far since they went.
So are the Overwatch 2 maps pretty much all the ones from the first game and then 2 extras?
Overwatch 2 is just an Overwatch 1 expansion. There's nothing to distinguish it enough to be called Overwatch 2.
Okay.
And on top of that, like they introduced more microtransactions, where I think before was very well balanced to what it was, where you could grind out yourself playing the game and you could like get legendary skins yourself very reasonably. And now that's just totally locked behind paywalls and a battle pass. Now
Overwatch is Blizzard. Okay.
Activision Blizzard. No. Is it Activision Blizzard? Something Blizzard.
Blizzard Entertainment.
There's a word before Activision and Blizzard joined together, right?
Or sure. Let's say yes. I'm sure the answer is yes, but I can't be honest. Either way. So Concord is the debut game for Firewalk Studios, which kind of just means they saw the success and they wanted to put together their own kind of thing. Our story, so it was formed in 2018 by seasoned developers from multiplayer games. But yeah, so Concord is going to be their first game, pretty much.
Okay.
And they partnered with PlayStation Studios. That's kind of all to know besides the trailer, which is this studio was obviously formed to try and get in on that game. That's it.
2018 might have been
height of Overwatch.
I think Overwatch kind of peaked even before that. Because I only hopped onto Overwatch during COVID, and my laptop could just about handle it.
So Overwatch, the original came out in 2016.
Oh, then 2018 would have been the peak then.
Yeah. So it looks like Firewalk might just have been a studio that was formed as like to try and get in on that action. When did Overwatch 2 come out?
Last year.
For real? Maybe the year before. But during the times of COVID.
No, it came out after COVID. Because I told you, I was playing Overwatch during COVID.
Okay.
I think Overwatch 2 must have been last year.
Okay. Either way, so in my own...
Oh, not to mention that they also introduced a character that completely fucks up the lore, which a lot of people are really angry about because the lore of Overwatch is also really cool. And they kind of just put like a Mary Sue in there that made people very upset.
Okay.
So
just to remind me, what's Mary Sue?
A Mary Sue is when an author kind of puts themselves in a story.
Mm-hmm.
They're very famous in like fan fictions.
Yeah.
Where they'll be like...
Or,
it'll be like...
Isekai.
Or Isekai, yeah. It'll be like... like Hogwarts and like, oh, this is a new student. Oh, his name's Hushapatha. Okay. And he is actually the descendant of all 4 founding fathers. Oh my god. And he's related
Wait, so who's the Mary Sue from...
I can't remember her name, but she's like a kitsune. She's like a, like a fire... She has like a 9-tails type fox ability.
Okay.
I believe she's a support hero. And they had her linked to Genji and Hanzo, which doesn't make sense because Genji and Hanzo kind of were like apart during when they were growing up and they hated each other for a little bit. It's complicated.
Either way.
Yeah. There's a lot of lore.
There is a lot of lore. Okay, so that's Overwatch, right? But then I was going in, looking around a bit to see just how many games are like it. Then there are obvious comparisons drawn towards Valorant and CSGO. But then so the one sentiment I saw, especially on Reddit, is people fighting over whether Overwatch 2 now is as good as Team Fortress 2
back in its heyday.
And so I've heard the name Team Fortress, but I've never really...
You have seen clips from Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, 100%.
People use the assets from this to create amazing things.
The look of Team Fortress 2 feels like it inspired an entire genre.
Yeah. So
2007 is ages ago, my goodness.
Some of the developers from Team Fortress 2 they splintered off and to create Overwatch.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So Team Fortress 2 from 2007. I'm looking at the number of reviews on Steam is over 1 million. Yeah, that is insane.
People still play the game.
For sure.
I think what's that website called where you can check the active
StreamDB, I think. But okay, so the sentiment seems to be that out of the games that are most similar to Overwatch, if you're tired of Overwatch, is to go and play Team Fortress 2. But then the argument comes...
Because like I told you, developers from there.
Yeah. But there are other games like Valorant, Marvel Rivals, CSGO. Some of them play a bit more samey than others, but there's
Marvel
Rivals
a lot of
is
games.
not
Released to the public yet.
Not yet.
Yes. It's still in beta? I know they gave certain people access and made them sign the contracts, which we talked about in a previous podcast, 2 podcasts ago. Go check that out.
And potentially even referenced in the past podcast. But there's a lot of people trying to get in on that action. As we've talked about before, I'm not much of a multiplayer kind of arcadey shooter kind of dude.
Just give it a chance, man.
I don't want to. But it just, even me, someone who's not involved in that space at all, can see how there are so many people trying to just get in on it, and it just seems almost like so much of it seems to be surface level. Like the fact that Overwatch 2 seems like a cash grab on Overwatch is hilarious to me.
Like I said, it's an expansion. It's an Overwatch DLC.
Okay.
But I was actually thinking now. I'm like, obviously your money is coming from microtransactions, and that's probably what they're seeing. But also, how much money are you pulling in from esports? Because Overwatch has a huge esports scene.
Is it still pumping? Because that's where XQC got his fame, right?
XQC was he pro?
Yeah, XQC Overwatch.
Yeah, I know he played Overwatch, but was he a part of Cloud9?
I think so. In my brain, I have JPEGs of him saved in a white shirt. Yeah, no,
that sounds right. How anybody was able to communicate with his dumbass accent. The man. He's from Quebec, right?
He's Quebecian. Yeah. Quebecian? I don't quite know what you call people from there.
Quebecian. Canadian. Disappointments. Fake Frenchman.
That's... Okay. You have issues, and I'd prefer it if you didn't antagonize people.
I'm Team Kendrick, so we're at war with Canada.
I don't think the whole of Canada is Go Drake. I really
don't. No,
they're
not. They were there's clips of people in Toronto playing Not Like Us and stuff.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's so many other people playing Kendrick songs as well out there.
But it's in Toronto. That's his home ground.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. I can go play. I can go to the
That's
northern
if somebody made a diss track on you and they were playing it in Munich.
Yeah, but okay. So in my head, first of all, my family's not from there. Second of all, how many people are in these videos? Is it just one dude with his JBL?
No, it is club vibes.
Oh, okay.
And people are bumping to it.
In my head, right, I was seeing some dude with a peak cap or some shit just standing in a park with his JBL. Just him. That's it. And I was like, well, I gotta do that. Easy peasy. I can go play Jack Sparrow in the northern suburbs, bro.
Oh. All right, where do we leave off?
Sorry, coming back. So talking about games where we're just seeing we're seeing a lot of
we got the
clones and copies.
We got the new, speaking of clones, the new Star Wars one also, which will be a 5v5 hero shooter.
Is it? Oh my gosh. What is it? Do you know what it's called?
Just type in Star Wars Hero Shoot. I feel like it had Rebels in the name.
Because I know that there's an RPG experience coming from the Star Wars side.
What do you mean an RPG?
There's a Star Wars game like RPG coming.
It's Jedi Survival, Jedi Fallen Order. Those are all RPGs.
There's a new ones. Okay, let's first do Star Wars.
I'm so sure I sent it on our WhatsApp group.
No, you did not.
Oh, that's my bad.
It's what am I looking at here, Hoshav? 5v5. Let's start off Grand Arena strong. I don't.
No.
Galaxy of Heroes. Dude, what? Okay. I don't.
It's called like Star Wars Warhammer, Warbreaker, something. Why can I not remember the name? Am I being dumb?
Potentially being dumb. I feel like too much gaming news is going on in your brain, and you're like getting your wires crossed. So I am talking. Oh, Star Wars Hunters. Star Wars Hunters. Okay.
How did we get at the same time? Yeah.
Zynga. That is hilarious. Okay, cool.
I think the people that did Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah, Plants vs Zombies. Well, publishers. Because they also did like that unicorn one where you'd like shoot the ball and you'd bounce off. They were very much in like
the mobile gaming industry.
Yeah, they were very much in that, and then they went into poker because money.
They have the little dog logo.
Star Wars Outlaws. That's what I was going to... That was a third-person shooter that takes place in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Okay, so it was like a semi-RPG kind of vibe.
Knights of the Old... We're still waiting for that, man.
Okay, either way, let's not get too far down the line here, but...
yeah, so
there's also Star Wars Hunters, which is another 5v5 shooter kind of situation. And that's, once again, what we talked about with Marvel, right? Where they're just trying to cash in on the pie using their IP.
Yeah.
So odds are it's going to play the same as Overwatch. It's going to feel the same as Overwatch. It'll just have...
But the thing is, what I'm wondering, Star Wars and Marvel are owned by Disney. So they're kind of like eating into one another.
Or unless Disney's greenlighting them to see... It's like throwing a bunch of shit at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Mm.
So maybe... imagine from every Disney IP we get like a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse 5v5 hero shooter, and it's just like we keep getting them until one of them lands and takes enough of the pie.
I'm trying to think out of the IPs they own, which would be the one.
Honestly, Mickey
Star
Mouse
Wars.
ain't bad, dude.
What? Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald, Pluto.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
No,
I would not be mad at it.
If they did it, it would have to be like Splatoon-esque. It had to be like more family friendly.
Yeah, 100%. But as opposed to a proper like
shoot to kill.
Yeah, no, I see you.
They're not gonna have Mickey hold a gun.
Oh, hey kids, let me show you how you want to see what a double tap is. This is a Glock, kids. Yeehaw. But okay, sorry. So, yeah, lots of 5v5 shooters. State of play. We were talking about Concord originally. That was part of the state of play.
Yeah, another very competitive scene coming up for the next few years in the hero shooter genre.
For sure.
We'll see if Overwatch 2 can maybe pick up on where they left off, but it seems like they're stumbling too much, losing too much support. I honestly don't know what Overwatch could do at this point because they already have so much bad press with everything Blizzard is going through behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, we talked about this as well just before, and Blizzard has been through the shit in the last like 10, 15 years. Like Blizzard has, the more time goes on, the more we find out about the hard stuff that happened at Blizzard.
Yeah.
Like Pirate Software, the YouTuber, and like the game dev and stuff.
Yeah.
He his dad worked at Blizzard. He worked at Blizzard. He talks about the stuff. Baby. Kind of. His dad was the art director for like 20 years or something.
Nepo baby.
But he talks about his just experiences and how bad it was. He was on Q. I think the story he tells. I'm just gonna paraphrase here, but basically he worked on QA for a long time, and got paid very poorly. And the hours were like the late hours, so you worked pretty much the graveyard shift. Long story short, they did a test. There was a bogus test where there was like one weird instruction in the middle to like get up and leave. So there was no like there were no real like points awarded or anything like that. Just the last 2 people that got up and left the room were fired, and everyone else got promoted to the like proper dev team, but then ended up getting paid less because they weren't working the graveyard shift hours. So there was just like a lot of scummy practices by Blizzard that just don't make no sense. And like I said, the more time goes on, the more we find out that Blizzard has just been a horrid company to work for, regardless of where you are. Like even, what's his name? Evan, is it Evan Amundsen? He's an artist that I love. He does phenomenal character work. He worked for Blizzard for a couple months, and he says it was horrid. It was so bad.
Did Blizzard do World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah. That was their
That's how they
original.
reeled in all the nerds.
World of Warcraft is still going strong. People, I
Really?
think they got their whales. They have their whales in their back pocket.
Are you being serious? Does World of Warcraft like still have a very strong base?
It does, dude. That's Asmon Gold, literally, and a bunch of people from that crowd.
Like Gremlin, man.
They still like when Blizzard releases new DLC or something, or new like season whatever, their clans still get together to do massive raids and stuff like that. It is still popping off.
I'm sorry, just a little tangent. Speaking of new seasons and seasons. Sorry, did you see what's getting a new season and new content?
No.
Your favorite game,
Stardew.
Skull and Bones.
Don't make me think. I was like briefly in a happy place. I was like, oh, wait, I thought 1.6 was the last update.
No.
Okay. Oh, I didn't. Was it already released?
It's already released. It's been out for a week now. It's that's all right. I mean, at least they're trying things. It's
what do you know? What was in the like content update?
not a kraken. This type of megalodon type shark type thing.
Sure.
2
Cool.
new like sea captains to like fight, so like warship type things.
Okay.
Lots of new furniture.
So decoration option. Oh no, because the furniture gives you ability boosts. Yeah. Okay. And it doesn't really do much to. Dude, what was Supermarket Simulator? Okay, so I know you love it.
Yeah.
And you keep telling me about these updates that come.
They
right?
haven't come yet. I'm still waiting.
There's still some. Dude, there are so many red flags in my brain that go off when games that are like kind of bad or whatever, when like content patches come or like content updates, like if they just add more stuff to do, more random shit to do, that's not a good sign. It means that the developers are not spending time like refining what they already have. They are trying to add more stuff that will then also be broken.
Have you ever heard of a game called Gas Station Simulator?
Shif, I need you to shut the fuck up.
That game describes like it's like nobody said no to the developers. Like they put everything in there. You could fill up petrol. You can do a car wash. You can run the register.
Yeah.
You can go feed an alligator in the sewerage underneath your thing, and you have to do it in order to keep the pressure of your hose going. Because if there's too much trash building up, then you won't get any pressure in your hose for your car wash.
Okay.
There's a hurricane that comes in every now and then. I said car wash. I said car repairman. There's a weird kid that comes every now and then that tries to spray paint over your...
but is the game still a buggy mess?
They implemented ways to prevent it being a buggy mess.
No. That's not.
It's not
don't
buggy
answer.
mess.
Are you sure?
But there's a lot of things going on in it.
Okay.
So it can work.
It can work, but I don't think it'll be like... It's
just look at the Steam.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the thing, right? And at some point, we're going to do an episode where we look at Pal World a year later or 6 months later.
Oh, can I play Pal World?
Okay, so...
No, because I remember seeing it had recommended i7.
Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, it is
Nice.
not... Oh my god. It is not your processor. It's not your CPU that determines everything. You have a graphics card now, and it's pretty good. You have a processor, that's pretty good. You have loads of RAM, which is pretty good.
All right, so buy me Pal World then. What are you waiting for?
Who should?
Put on the company card.
Where's your card? What am I looking
No,
at?
can't we take this company card?
Dude. Okay, so I'm going to bleep that out. But the person that we're talking about gets paid crazy money for like whichever companies want to put up advertising. Like you put up like a sticker of a certain kind of like company, and you just get paid like $3,000 a month for doing that. Obviously, that's like goes
Can
into
you
the
send
business.
some of that our way? We can like put it up here.
I don't think we should start supporting Big Pharma.
I
on
love
the
Big
podcast.
Pharma.
Sorry.
What? Where were you going?
No.
I love my Panados and my Gen Pains.
Oh, dude, Gen Pains are bang.
Did I ever tell you a story how I accidentally got high on Gen Pain?
No, but I'd love you to tell me.
Alright.
It's a gas
As I
station
sip my
simulator.
no, like my teeth were going through some shit. My wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
And I was taking Gen Pain to try to make the pain go away. And it wasn't going away. And I think I was 6 Gen Pains in under 30 minutes.
Jesus.
And then I took a look at the, I read like the dosage and stuff. And I was trying to figure out how dangerous it would be to pop another 2 in. And I was like,
Body weight.
Really? Yeah, body weight. Oh, okay, good.
Checks out.
Pop 2 more in. And then I was like, fuck, nothing. And then all of a sudden, like, it just hit me. And I was like in euphoria.
Dude, this is like a... Sorry, I apologize for not... I'm the moments that like TV's going, I can hear.
Oh, who gets distracted now?
Yeah, okay. At least mine's moving. So also the reviews they're popping up in the trailer for Gas Station Simulator aren't necessarily like positives. They're just kind of small sentences from a greater thing. Like the Games Radar one was like, there's so much to do. That's not saying it's a good game. This is saying there's so much to do.
Eventually you can run like an ice cream vendor or whatever.
So mechanically, it looks like it has mechanics from what's the one? House Flipper, which I played quite a bit of. It has like the building stuff is very much House Flipper-esque. Then the smaller mechanical stuff looks like a PC. PC building simulator kind of mechanics.
Just like any simulator game at this point.
Oh, speaking of, okay, so can we just loop back? I apologize. Do you want to finish your Gen Pain story then?
Oh,
So
yeah.
you hit
Anyways,
6.
so I was in euphoria, and that's literally the first time I've been high. First and only time I've been high in my life. And I remember coming down from it, and I was like, oh shit, I see how people get addicted to pain medication. Great story.
Dude, there's so much that you've aired out here, and besides the fact that you're drinking wine and eating chuckles at the same time, I'm
an adult.
I want to call your parents and your siblings and just get a little bit of an intervention going.
It happened one time and never happened again.
Okay, my child. It'll be fine.
I'm sorry. Did you have to pee in a cup?
Hushav, let's actually circle back to what we were talking about. So speaking of everything looking like each other, so Gas Station Simulator, like I said, is just a weird, like it has the mechanics of these other guys. And another like game kind of style, I guess, we're seeing a lot of is the Souls-like kind of game, like where the visuals, the world, and the gameplay mechanics all look very similar. So obviously you have your Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Bloodborne.
Was Elden Ring a 2021 game?
Could have been. Either way, so Elden Ring as well.
No, because I'm thinking, when it became popular, when people were like, we need to copy this.
Around what time? I don't know, because then another one I want to talk about is like Black Myth Wukong, which
I'm very excited for that.
Are you still excited? Because we've seen a trailer once every 4 years for the last 12 years.
And once every 4 years I get excited.
But the thing is, once again, that also looks very similar. Then we have, from the State of Play, we had Ballad of Antara. Also, I think it's from a Shanghai developer, actually. I think it's Tipsworks. They're from Shanghai. Yeah. So they had Pascal's Wager from
1 out
2020.
of 5 doesn't work.
Wait, what?
Tips works. 1 out of 5 it doesn't.
Am I missing a joke here?
1 out of 5 men.
Oh, tips work. It's just the tip. That's stupid. That's so fucking dumb.
Thank you.
But so we saw Ballad of Antara, which I don't know, Hushaf, did you see the trailer for this?
Actually, I didn't.
Okay,
Why is it
so
on GameSpot?
looks very, very pretty. It looks so we know it's
but
gonna
look
be
at the in-game
free
cinematics.
to play. which just says, oh, you're gonna have to pay to play a certain characters, or you're gonna have to pay in some way, shape, or form.
So this is a free-to-play Souls-like game.
Yeah, I think so. And you have multiple different characters that you can play as. Like, we are seeing a guy with a child on his back. There's a woman with a sword. There's a lot of different like kinds of characters. But once again, you have like almost a dark, mythic kind of world. You have different character archetypes. You have like very powerful enemies. Very magical kind of world to be walking around in. With like the mist and
is this
stuff.
like free to play MMO Souls game?
Dude, it's potentially exactly what it'll be. I'm not 100% certain. But the point is, it just looks like another Souls game. Just like Black Myth Wukong kind of looks like a Souls game. Or maybe Souls games look like Black Myth Wukong. They probably started dev on that in 1990, bro. I feel like there's been another like 2 or 3 other games. Who was Ghost of Tsushima?
Hollow Knight is a Souls game.
No, but I'm talking about looks-wise. Like this looks like that as well.
We've seen like a little renaissance of games who have that type of look that I know you're trying to describe.
Yeah.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, is that
yes. Sorry. I jeepers, our game knowledge is floundering.
The thing is, we know so much.
We know so much yet so little. Who made Sekiro? It is FromSoft as well.
Yeah.
So it's FromSoft is obviously like the most recognizable
they're the Souls
one.
games.
They set the standard for this, and now so many other like games that look like that, feel like that, play like that are coming out slowly but surely. And Ballad of Antara, for all its credit, like kind of just looks like that, and I don't know how it will distinguish itself.
I think
from that.
we're gonna see these games doing really, really well, and I think it's gonna be. I think Kai Cenat might have a huge part to play in that.
Oh, dude, what was the cuck one? There was a cuck one from like that got released last year, where it's this woman who gets isekai'd, and she ends up with like this gauntlet that talks to her.
Forspoken.
Was it Forspoken or Forsaken?
Something. Where she would that very cringy when I was like, I just did that.
Yeah, with the voice acting and
Yeah.
stuff. Was it
Forspoken.
Is it Forsaken?
Forspoken?
Forsaken? Forspoken. You're
Forspoken.
right. Very nice. Okay, so Forspoken was also kind of that like genre, right? It looks
Really bad AI, really bad voice acting, really bad writing.
Who made it?
I don't know who made it, but like it was one of those. Okay, I'm gonna just talk about it from the story side. Okay, I will say it's a very beautiful game.
Yeah, it's very but empty world.
Empty world, but still very beautiful, very fun. Like the parkour element of it, where
Luminous.
you could like.
Square Enix. Okay, that's where the empty world comes
that
from.
kind of
Square
explains
Enix.
It was very fun, kind of like it's parkours where you can like have like this energy whip thing. And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of- all of that.
The
Super fun, super fun.
traversal was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, empty world, bad AI, shit story. I have no problem with the asshole protagonist. But if the asshole does not get humbled and does not grow, why do I want to play and spend time as that character?
For sure.
I don't know. Can we talk spoilers a little for it? Do you think people would care?
I don't know who the fuck played it,
All
so
right.
go for it.
So yeah, when she gets transported to this other world, her best friend, the princess, at some point towards the end, the dad gets the king gets killed, and he kind of gives her a message, and she's like, "Oh no, I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore." And like the princess is like trying to console her and stuff, and be like, "No, we need you or whatever. Like, you need to do this for us." And he's like, "You don't know what I've been through." And he's like, she just said that to someone whose dad just died in front of her. Like she was just like it's just it's like they were trying to do like the Tony Stark kind of like quippy type of character, but it just came off super asshole-ish, and it's just it's
super
not
douchey.
fun to play.
A douchebag.
Yeah, especially in a character that's also like talking as you're playing, and you just want to be like, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Yeah.
damn. Do you know? Okay, weird. Sorry, I'm just thinking of like how sometimes the voiced protagonist or lots of dialogue that you get forced to listen to, whether it's you or a companion, can make or break a game. So
Story is very important.
yes, but I'm not talking about that specifically. Like,
Okay.
what was the game? Who's the creator of Rick and Morty? It's
Justin Roiland
and Dan Harmon. What was the game they made?
Oh, the
Justin
one where
Roiland's game where you had the guns.
we had the gun. Just put Justin Roiland game.
Because they like the guns would talk to you.
There was a setting to turn down how often the guns would talk to you.
And the problem being, it's very toilet humor, kind of stupid. High on Life. There we go.
Is it High on Life?
Yeah, it's High on Life. Promise me. Promise you.
Squanch Games.
From Squanch Games. So High on Life kind of thing where you had these alien tech guns talking to you while like you were shooting and stuff, and pissed the heck off out of a lot of people that just wanted to like play the game and not have to listen to like really, really stupid color commentary. But some people also loved it. Like, I'm sure there are people out there that
probably the same
Forspoken
people who wanted the Szechuan,
the Szechuan pepper sauce.
Yeah, and they were like doing seizures and stuff at the McDonald's and.
Okay, that's taken to the extreme. I think
those are the people who enjoy it. If you want like a game where there's great like color commentary, Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack.
The problem is Borderlands 2 also has Claptrap, and I would rather shoot off my left testicle than listen to that little prick talk.
What did Claptrap do to you, man? I love it.
He's so annoying.
You're annoying.
Oh my gosh, Hushav. He's so... Oh, this is why I don't like you, because you remind me of Claptrap.
But Handsome Jack is like such an elite villain.
Dude, I think Borderlands World has some phenomenal characters and some like great humor, great dialogue, all that kind of stuff.
There's one... Oh, you know who I hate? Borderlands? Okay, finish your thought and I'll go for mine.
No, I was just going to say, but like... Because they tried to make really cool big personalities, of course, not all of them would stick. And Claptrap was one of them that I genuinely hate.
Okay. In Borderlands 3, the Maya's apprentice person, who eventually gets Maya's powers, who's just an irritating little brat. Again, like...
Because they made a spin-off game for her, hey? The like D&D one, wasn't it?
No. Not
Tiny Tina.
Not Tina. I love Tina.
Am I being dumb? Siren Apprentice Ava.
Fuck that little bitch. She is so annoying. Such a badly written character. Like, she causes the death of Maya. Everybody consoles her. She's a Mary Sue. She's a Mary Sue in Borderlands.
Dude, the top result when you look at Borderlands Ava is just, as an author, I can explain the Ava hate in detail for those. Dude, I didn't know this was such a big thing.
Bro, it actively... People don't like Borderlands 3 because of her. Borderlands 3 has other problems.
Scrappy? Is that just a different way of saying Mary Sue?
The Wooby creator's pet. I think those are all Mary Sue.
The long and short of it is that Ava is a Scrappy when the writers want her to be a Wooby and might even be a creator's pet, though that last... Dude... I don't know either, like any three of those terms.
He's linked them to what they are. Let's see what they are. I'm pretty sure they're all just Mary Sue.
The Scrappy.
All right.
Hello? It's just TV tropes. Scrappy Doo.
Oh, Scrappy Doo.
So like a Scrappy Doo. What is a Wooby?
The Wooby is a name for a type of character who makes you feel extremely sorry for them. Basically, the first thing you think we say to them is, "Oh, poor baby." Okay.
And then the creator's pet is
that's kind of self-explanatory.
Mary Sue. Yeah.
Do they have any examples actually in the creator's pet? Oh, they got Scrappy there.
Hated by fans, the Scrappy loved or worship. Oh, jeepers, dude, this is so cool.
I used to love TV tropes, and this is how I used to get.
But we also like agree that there's a lot of TV tropes, especially when it comes to rom-coms and stuff that we despise, like the miscommunication tropes.
I hate the miscommunication tropes.
It's so dumb.
It's so overdone at this point.
It's overdone and also kind of just dumb because a lot of the time it's because characters didn't talk the way a human would talk.
It's like when the one will see like the significant other hang out with like their like the opposite's cousin. So like the girl sees the boy hanging out with like his female cousin and like, oh, he's cheating on me.
Do you know, okay, recently, so this is spoilers for The Bear. At the end of season 2 of The Bear.
I'm gonna have to tell my significant other not to watch this episode.
I just said there's spoilers, so who shall significant other, please skip ahead like 3 minutes.
She's 3 episodes behind.
The point being, at the end of season 2 of The Bear, right, he is locked in the fridge in the kitchen, and he's talking to one of the sous chefs, I think. And he's talking about, like, he's having a bit of a meltdown, whatever. What's his name? CB? Carmen, right? He's having a meltdown, whatever. He's venting about, and he's saying, like, oh, he hasn't been at the kitchen because he's been spending time with his girlfriend, and he needs to stop seeing his girlfriend so that he can be in the kitchen. He's just having a meltdown. And for some reason, his sous chef leaves without saying, hey, I'm leaving. And then his girlfriend comes in because she's heard he's in the fridge and does not at any point say, hey, Carmen, it's me. So it's like, which is just normal human interaction would be like, hey, Carmen, I'm going. Or like, hey, Carmen, it's me, your girlfriend.
The thing is, the bear is so well done that I give that a pass.
Oh my gosh. That ruined the end of that season for me.
I know. I remember you were like so upset when you came to...
I was frothing.
I think it was your significant other's birthday and you just finished watching it and you were just like bummed the entire time.
Don't even get me started. Yes, chef, behind, corner. Point being, right, it's very important to write characters that people actually like
want to spend time with,
especially when you have a story-driven game that is like fucking 30 to 40 hours long. You don't want to spend 30 to 40 hours with someone you hate. Otherwise, we just go on a road trip with each other. Blah!
I think this is why I actually wonder how when the silent protagonists. That was huge during the early 2000s.
Remember, people hated Fallout 4 in the beginning for having a voice protagonist. It got a lot
Was that a thing?
Yeah. So, because typically, what are they called? Bethesda games always had a silent protagonist. Then in the Fallout 4 trailer, right, which we got at E3 when that was still a thing, I think...
I'm a C3.
they played like some gameplay stuff where they showed the character creator and so on, and then you heard the voice of the main character, depending on whether you chose male or female, whatever.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
And they got backlash for it because people were like, we don't want a voice protagonist. We want to like self-insert kind of into our RPG story. Which is fair.
I mean, like in the Fallout games, you make decisions and stuff.
No,
so,
but in every single game you make... ish. In most like Bethesda games, you make decisions, quote unquote. Like,
I mean, it's no telltale, but you do make decisions that have consequences.
But that doesn't necessarily require like a voice protagonist. Once
You're
again,
ruining my immersion.
Once again,
unless
it's Baldur's Gate.
I haven't played Cyberpunk because again,
Cyberpunk is voiced. It has a full its
protagonist is not.
But
silent.
remember, CD Projekt Red does very good protagonists.
Yeah,
their protagonists tend to be very, very good.
Can't wait till I can afford that game.
With my i5 processor.
I know. I need to get myself out of debt before I buy a big expensive game like that.
But dude, what did we even talk about today? There are some other things from the state of play for sure that we've missed. There's some cool little cool smaller titles like Caravan Sandwich was not like very interesting.
You just want to have that playing in the background while we talk.
Not necessarily. Either way, we talked a lot about like clones of games. Some of the biggest stuff from state of play. What else did we talk about? Hushoff having a drug addiction.
One time.
This one time I went off the rails, but
I'm sorry, you cannot talk. You peed in a cup for like 3 months.
For fun, not for any other reason, just for fun. It was 2 years. Point being, we did talk about a lot of stuff. Hopefully you found some nuggets of happiness or wisdom or anything like that in there. I don't know. Any leaving final thoughts here, Hushoff?
I mean, let us know. Did you watch State of Play? Was there anything in there would be like, now I've got to get a PS5. This game is going to make me get a PlayStation 5.
Now this shrine over here is for me. That kind of vibe. Because, like we said, from our side, nothing really...
Yeah, nothing
really grabbed us by the nutsack and dragged us behind the car.
But you were saying that State of Play is not their big one.
No, it's not.
So what's big?
It's the Sony Direct or something. It's the State of the Nation from Sony.
We should be coming up to. This is the time where all the big studios come out with their directs, isn't it? Because I remember E3 used to be around this time.
In the summer, yeah. So the PlayStation Direct is the big one. I don't know when it will be this year. Sony Direct, when?
Question mark?
Question mark? Full stop.
I don't think it's called Sony Direct.
It has to be. PlayStation Direct. Unless that's like a store
like a
thing.
website, yeah.
Either way.
You lied to me.
Yeah. I don't know everything. I know some stuff, not a crazy amount. The point being, the state of play is not
Type in
like
upcoming gaming directs.
dude, I can't be the Jamie and the Joe at the same time.
Do you want me? I can type.
No.
Why are you typing with your right hand? You better with your left.
Because my left is busy. Next Indie Direct? Nintendo Direct Showcase? No. Dude, is it this?
Nintendo Direct is in June 2024. That's going to be a big one for us. Well, me at least. I know how you hate Nintendo.
Okay, so the state of play, that was...
Marvelous Game Showcase. Best Indie Game Showcase. Games Expo.
OTK Games Expo will be on the 4th of June. What are the other big ones? So Summer Game Fest on the 7th of June is going to be a big one. What else? Devolver. I mean, that's kind of cool.
IGN Live sometimes gets some cool exclusives.
Yeah. So June and July, I'm gonna have a bunch of things off the bat.
Yeah, we got Nintendo.
Nintendo. Wait, when was the Nintendo one? When
it said in the previous page that said Nintendo June Nintendo Direct. Nope. Below that, in Screen Rant.
Predictions. June 2024 predictions. Okay.
We'll probably see more from the new Pokemon game.
Are they still doing yearly? No.
They are alternating now, I think, between generations, where the 1 year will be the main, and then the other one will be, Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
So this one...
A Legends game.
Legends,
Unknown, wasn't it?
No, Legends AZ.
What's it? Alpha to Omega or something?
No, I think it's called Legends AZ.
It's not A to Z, is it? No, it's dude, we should have stopped there. But okay, Pokemon. It's not A to Z. It's
Pokemon Legends Z to A. Sorry,
no.
I had it the other way around.
No. Well, it has a different name.
That is the upcoming one. Yeah.
No, it's a different name. It's a different name, Ushav. It's a different name. Trust me. It's meant to be the Greek alphabet, surely. Alpha to Zeta.
Are you okay?
Hi.
Anyways, yeah, we were doing our sign off and we got sidetracked there. But yeah, did you enjoy, like I said, anything from the direct? Which directs are you looking forward to coming up? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button, as I like to say. Like that smash button.
Please let us know in the comments if there's anything that we missed. Please let us know if you enjoyed any specific part of something that we covered. If there's any opinions you thought were silly, anything you agreed with, please feel free to let us know. You can, if you're just listening on one of the audio platforms, you can message us on the socials like Twitter, X, Instagram,
Twitter,
TikTok, whatever. If you're on YouTube, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. But thank you very much for walking. Dude, I cannot deal. My name is Bjorn.
My name is Ashav.
And thank you very much for watching the Underleveled podcast.
Bye. Hit that alt. Overwatch alt ultimate.
I struggle with your references sometimes.
I think you'd really enjoy Overwatch. You should try it now that it's free. Should we play?